Hello, this is Uhasa, and welcome to this huge video of the Ultimate Hero Guide. And that's why it's really big, because it's ultimate. This is the August 2024 edition, and I'm hoping to help all players. So beginners, current players, free to play, and even whales. If you're a Kraken, you don't really need this guide. You just max out your celestial hypos and you're good to go. But if you are a Kraken or anyone here listening, I do hope you find some value in this. In this video, we're going to prioritize and see which heroes are the best. I have like 3 tier lists. Also gonna prioritize see the hero priority explanations, the best arena strategies that stem from the hero priority list, and then I'm going to take a look at the top 25 heroes that I recommend before you ascend to Paragon, because a lot of people are at this stage, and then a Paragon priority tier list, and lastly an X weapons priority tier list. So really huge. Now first off, why is this video so important? It's because you want to make the right investments. If you do, going through the battle modes isn't painful and tiring, but it's fun. Because you want to be efficient in every mode. And if you make the right bets, the rewards will pay off in the future. If you invest poorly, you are more likely to quit the game and not care. Choosing the heroes you love and investing in them is a completely fair point too. Like, I've been working on investing in Citrana, and she is almost at Supreme Plus. And yes, I changed to Japanese voiceover. And I want to ascend her to plus 15 because I believe she's a sleeper OP, but I know I'm also like completely wrong and it's a waste of time, but I don't care, you know. So you can have more than one perspective, and this adds to my last point to remember that this tier list, or these tier lists, are just my personal opinions, and I do believe that they will help the general public the most. Most of you have already invested in your own path, so the best way to use this guide is to consider how you have currently invested and factor these tier lists in. So let's take a look at the first list. Go. So this chart is a recommendation on what to invest in first. You'll notice that there are 2 main categories, which are Arena / Supreme. Well, I didn't write Supreme, but you know, / Supreme, and Dream Realm. The reason why I only picked heroes in this realm is because there are only modes. Well, these are the only modes where you must compete on a daily basis to acquire the best rewards. So if you look at the other modes, they're all PvE based, or don't require you to compete to get the best rewards. So when I'm saying PvE, it means player versus enemies. So that means like the campaign storyline. You have AFK stage pushing, you have the Legend Trial Towers, you have battle drills, and you have arcane. Okay. And in all these modes, except for battle drills, you can acquire all of these resources eventually, even if you invest poorly, because you out-level these modes, and even your chippy will eventually one-shot everything. I just love one-shotting everything on the map, like on the campaign. I love doing that. But yeah, so for example, like AFK stage, like you will out-level the people, you can just auto battle your way to the top, you will get all the resources. Legend Trial, same thing, you will get all the resources. Arcane is just a one-time thing up to level 15, you will get all the resources. But so therefore, like, the modes you do have to fight for daily to obtain the best resources are Arena and Dream Realm. Okay, so you have to fight for these spots. if you want the temporal essences in here, if you want the most arena coins, okay. So now as a beginner player, you can only focus on one mode to excel at, and that should be arena, because you only need one good team to come online, versus Dream Realm, where there are many different bosses requiring a more diverse range of heroes, which means, more than 5. So it's basically easier to acquire more resources if you focus on arena. Once you are getting good income from arena coins, you can use these arena coins to buy hero essences, which here. So you can buy hero essences, and then you can also spend to buy Stargazer orbs. And then while you're doing this, while you're building this, while you have this arena team, you should be building your Dream Realm heroes on the side. So you should still be doing like okay, like you can get into top 200, and if not, you're still acquiring resources from Dream Realm anyway. And looking at the Dream Realm heroes now, like the Dream Realm heroes row here. Okay, so we have Corin, Marilee, Smokey, Cassidy, and Tamesia. The main theme that these three have, so Corin, Marilee, and Tamesia, is true damage. So they all do true damage, and so that's why I believe they are worth investing in them. And you get Smokey for the AoE heals, and he also deals a lot of damage, like when he gets to the blue aura. And Cassidy, because she is a really amazing debuffer. So once you get these heroes to S+, then, once you get the arena heroes to S+, then you should update your wish list and hero pools choices, and then you just go down the list and you swap them out for more arena heroes, or you can start investing in the Dream Realm heroes. So yeah, so that's why I recommend you go into all the arena heroes first. So Aaron team, and then so Aaron, Igor, Arden, Damien, and who's the last one? Well, you can go Scarlita, but before Scarlita you go... Oh, it was Carolina, that's right. But Carolina is kind of obsolete. Not that great anymore, so I would go Lily May or Alsa. Anyway, so Dream Realm has been explained already, so we can start from the top of the tier list. So the top of the tier list is Hypogean Celestials, and they have their own row as they require Stargazer orbs or guild coins to obtain. The meta has always been Rainier to Mythic Plus, and then whatever. I recommend Scarlita, but I also have a different strategy where if I were to restart, I would just get one copy of Rainier for the teleports, and then you just straight S plus Scarlita, and then you go back to M plus Rainier. I'll explain why in a moment. Moving on to the S tier list, they are called this because these three heroes, Igor, Lily May, and Odie, are used a lot, and they're all meta, and they're used in Arena Supreme and Dream Realm. So Lily May already seems hands down as a must-have new meta. She's doing really well in PvP, she's versatile in many compositions, and she's outclassing the meta in Dream Realm, which is Odie and Marilee. So she's a star headliner for the Asia servers opening too. So that's why, all those reasons, she is a must-have investment, and hence why she's in S tier. Moving on to the arena row, you can see half of it is comprised of the Aaron meta. So Aaron is still sort of meta because not everyone has invested in Lily May yet, and Aaron is still good, so don't get it twisted. The other heroes are vital in my opinion because they offer you different solutions to different problems. It's important to be able to do this, to have multiple tools to, dismantle the enemy team. The Aeron team can solve a lot of problems, especially in the PvE side of things, like you can just one-shot everything, but not PvP. So let's discuss the different ways to dismantle arena teams. So number one, obviously, is the Aeron team. So like I said before, classic is Aeron, Igor, Carolina, Arden, and Damien. Nowadays, I don't believe in Carolina anymore because of her squishiness, and there's so many other Aeron variations. So there's Alsa, who's stronger than Carolina and does more bursts, and Lily May can also replace Carolina. Carolina's damage output is and can be insane, however, she's not necessary to complete the comp. So that's why I moved Carolina down to the arena sort of tier. Now, the second tactic you can use is Rainier, OD, Enlightenment switch. So I think most people know this already, but you can just target the opponent's carry with Rainier and send them to your side. So you can enlighten your ally who's meant to switch. Actually, I'll just show you, show you as we go along. So I already used all my for the YouTube video. So we just go for okay, let's just find someone who can okay, I'm just versing, like everyone's just meta right now. Okay, let's just see this guy, whatever. So hopefully he, okay. I can't really show you, but just as a reference, okay? As a reference, you have OD, you have Rainier. Where is he? Can I teleport this? Alright, you can't teleport this. Okay, but just pretend I can teleport like this, and then you go enlightening. And so you would switch them and then teleport them, and then you would successfully surround them and shut them down. So this is why you see everyone use the map 3 in arena. And so because like you put all your heroes on this side because they're untargetable. Now if they have enlightened their own carries and they can't be TP'd, then that's fine, because you have the updated assassin squad, which is Vala, Sylvina, and also Lily May. So these comps can counter many compositions and are great at assassinating and bursting the enemy down quickly. They can counter stall comps like Thorin, Damien, Haven, Skalita, and Aeron, and like even counter Dinos. So I'll show you now actually. So this is better to show you with. So okay, so Vala, Sylvina. So we're gonna go like this. Okay, Mr. Shakir to counter Thorin, and then we're just gonna get Haywin, and it should be okay, I believe. Otherwise, everyone's gonna jump straight into Thorin. Oh, we'll get our own Skalita too. What's better? We should do this quick. Okay, think about it. Think about it. You're gonna go like this. So Skalita in, Vala in. She will counter Aeron. Everyone will be buying. So this will buy time for healing. Healing this guy. Okay, so we just need shields. We just need shields. So to delay to survive Skalita. So where's Coco? Okay. Alright, so this should work. Alright, so Arden's not down. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I got wrecked. Okay, let me try again. That was a awful display. I'm not going for number 1. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so that didn't work out, so we'll try this, and we'll try Haywin. Oh, she's not, Arden's just not dying. He's just too tanky. And then by that time, it's too late. Okay. Anyway, we should move on. So, sorry about that. The Arden is just too tanky. Okay, moving on. So speaking of counters, you can counter the Aeron team with Shakir and other Maulers. So Maulers deal more damage and take less from Wilders. So you'll see Shakir and Coco running around a lot, which is why he's on the tier list. So we'll try one more time. I don't know if I can take this. Give it a shot. So Willie May. Okay, so we don't use this. This isn't really working. And alright, so this should work. Should work. Alright, there we go. Okay, so, you know, I do know my stuff. It's just, I don't know what happened with that other stuff. So you can see, like, I have 3-star, 2-star, 3 stars, and this guy has, like, wait, what is that? 3? Paragon 3? Holy. Paragon 3, 5-star, Paragon 3, 4-star, Paragon 3 Scarlita, 5-star, holy. Paragon 3, 5-star Aeron, Paragon 3, Thorin, 4-star. Okay, look, okay? I know my stuff. I know my stuff, okay? I need to work on the assassin thing, but anyway. Lastly, not a composition, but having Brutus and Igor are amazing counters to assassins. They can buy you time so your team can kill them quicker. Okay, so I don't think I need to show you an example of Brutus Igor. But yeah. Alright, so that was quite a lengthy section. Maybe I should make an arena guide, and I will in the future, maybe somewhat. So moving on, I'll show you my secret free-to-play account. So I'll pause the recording. Okay, so this is my free-to-play account, my secret, not so secret account now. And you can see here on top I have my Rowan first purchase. I haven't done a first purchase yet, so this is a pure free-to-play account. Now you can see my heroes and my priorities. So you can see I pulled Carolina due to the wish list. Like, that's the best option at the moment, Carolina. And so, like, I don't reckon, like, there are better options, but if you pull her, you pull her, right? So I got her to Supreme Plus, and I've yeah. So this is the Aeron composition. I have Thorin, Aeron, Rowan. I'm kind of using Haywin at the moment, actually. Just gonna swap that in a second. Okay. So this is the Aaron composition that I'm currently using, and I just pulled for them straight away, like immediately. Just try to prioritize this team, and then after I got these to S plus, so I got Arden to Supreme plus. I have Aaron as Supreme plus, and I got Carolina as Supreme plus. I've swapped these heroes for now. So you can see I'm working on Marilee and Odie. I've swapped these heroes for Scarlita, Haywin, and I think Smokey at the moment. And you can see that I only have one copy of Rainier, so he's at Epic Plus. And I've fully committed to working on Scarlita to S plus as soon as possible. You can see that she's Mythic, 2 more to Mythic Plus, 2 more to Supreme, and then 4 more to Supreme Plus. So you can see that I've been working on Marilee and Odie, but I am putting all my resources into Lily May. Okay, so I'm just one away from Legendary Plus, and then I can go into Mythic. Okay, so you can see my rankings. So because I've fully invested into Arena first, you can see that I'm rank 15. Okay. These are my attacks. I can just kill like a lot of people, beat a lot of people. This is from like I'm 23 mil at the moment, okay? So I'm losing to 32 mils. I think this one's 40 mil. Yeah, so that's okay. But I'm also beating other people who are strong as well. So 31 mil here. This one I did pretty well in. 26, 31. 34, you know, it's pretty good. I'm doing pretty well, and because of that, I'm getting my weekly and daily rewards of 700 arena gold coins, and then I can use that in the Emporium to invest in heroes and Stargazer orbs. Now in the Dream Realm front, I'm not doing so hot. I'm doing like I'm okay in like top 200. I'm not really trying to like put in the correct or best compositions. I'm just putting in like Odie, Marilee, and then just fitting in whatever kind of works, and Thorin. Okay. Alright, so that's my oh, and lastly, for the beginners, this is my hero wishlist recommendation. If you're starting from scratch, this is what I would focus on. And then for the 5 heroes in the epic recruitment, you should go all in on Lily May, I recommend. But I would recommend not these 5, I would recommend just the Aaron team. So Aaron, Thorin, and then Carolina. You don't have to get Carolina, so I would get... Oh no, okay, so Aaron, Thorin, Alsa, and then these 2. I wouldn't put A-level heroes because I feel like they're just a waste of your resources. You can just get them from your wish list and get them from the Emporium, okay? Alright, moving back to the hero priority tier list. So that explains every row except for the arena sort of row. So let's talk about that. I like to think of arena as everything can be counted. That's like my philosophy. You just need the correct heroes. So even if they're low ascension, you just saw earlier that I had Supreme Plus heroes, but I beat Paragon 3, Paragon 4, Paragon 3 heroes. And they still do their job, they counter them. And maybe to just a certain extent, and they just work under very specific circumstances. And these heroes in the arena sort of, maybe they're not so meta, but they do have their own uses. And so this is the kind of order I would recommend you can invest them in. They're not like perfect, you know, it's more optional, they're like subjective somewhat, and Yeah, but this is my recommendation from top to bottom, left to right. Okay. Alright, so that wraps up the entire hero priority tier list, and now we can talk about paragons. So I'm actually gonna use the same tier list. So after Supreme Plus, you can unlock the next tier called Paragons if you have a minimum of 25 plus Supreme heroes. Oh, Supreme Plus heroes. So speaking from a free-to-play account, it's best if you try to just aim for 25 Supreme Plus heroes and then move straight onto Paragons ASAP. So using this same tier list, the 25 are already here. So excluding the Hyper Celestial list, you will include all the S tier, all the arenas, and all the Dream Realm heroes. So adding them all up, quick maths, is 19 heroes. And then the rest of the 6, you just choose from your arena sort of list. Okay, so again, I would recommend left to right, and I'll try to explain why. So Granny and Lucius are kind of the only proper tanks in their faction at the moment, so they are quite valuable in my opinion. Granny, if she can survive, she's very strong counter to burst and counter to in-your-face compositions. Cecia is like a PvE kind of god, but with Ludovic and like a full Graveborn comp, she can function well in PvP. Rowan offers instant heals and is like the quickest healer, and he has a Braddock. He's Duck. Brian, Seth, and Parisa have shown that when they're invested, they are very powerful burst units. Then you have like the tanks, Citrana, Lumont, and Almus. They are good tanks, but you know, they're not always used, right? They have their own niches. And then the rest are like, you know, more niche, but again, they do have their uses. So to summarize, like basically get everyone for your 25 Supreme Plus heroes, and then just pick 6 from the arena sort of heroes. You don't have to have 25 minimum, you could do more, and that's fine. But like I said, it'd be a good idea to hop onto the Paragon train or start moving and working towards that. So moving on to the next tier list, which is the Paragon priority tier list. So this tier list will be quite relevant to many players, including myself, as we have reached this stage or are close to Paragon, or unlocking Paragon. The main factors that I use to decide which heroes to pick are prioritizing damage over stalling and supports, and also who I personally use and like people playing the meta use the most. So just a quick reminder of what Paragon tier actually does, and this info kind of helped me decide on like what heroes to pick. Okay, so I need to pause the video again, so I'm going to switch to my account because I don't have access to Paragons here. So 1 second. Okay, so we're back with the with my main account, and I'm going to show you my Scalita plus 25. I kind of regret it, but I don't. You know, let me show you what Paragon gives. Okay, so it gives you rivalry stats, which can be worked in Arena, Supreme, Crystal Clash. So look at this on the side. Their energy, energy on hit, energy reduction. You get some resilience, and you get damage boost. Okay, so the main thing is damage boost and damage reduction. So you get some tankiness, you get more energy, like you can get your ultimate off quicker, you get a little bit more tankiness, you get more damage, and you get some, like, you know, some stats. Okay, and so this is the same thing as before. Your proficiency goes up by like what, 2 points. That's whatever. So it's mainly what I just mentioned before, okay? So let's go back to this list. So in this list, one row is not better than the other. I've just separated them into the type of heroes they are. So Hyper Celestials, S tiers, and A tiers. And then from left to right in each row is what I would consider higher priority. Just it depends on your pathing, depends on your investments. So with the Hyper Celestials, I believe Scarlita is the queen of PvP, which is why I initially just, you know, maxed her out at plus 25. I should have just left her at plus 20, but I believe she is the queen. And, you know, as I said, you should prioritize Arena first and then Dream. So that's why Scarlita is first and Talene is second. Usually people get Rainier at M+, and then if you want, you can go back to it, and I think it'd be a good idea to go Supreme Plus with it. Personally, I skipped Talene and I went to Dino because I want a full, like a proper PvP team that's hard to beat in general, and so that's Dino. That's the Dino team, the whale team. Okay, so for S tiers, as mentioned before, I believe Lily May is OP and should be invested with all resources. Also, in terms of usability and damage, this makes the most sense to me. So just choosing like usability and damage. Okay. Personally, I don't use Arden that much, but on my free-to-play account, I have Arden at plus 15, Supreme Plus, so I would probably Paragon Arden in that account because he just helps stomp the ladder. But on this side, I would probably go Odie, Paragon, and Marily Paragon first. Probably Odie first, because he has more versatility in other modes. And then I would try to also Paragon Lily May. Okay, and then lastly is the X weapons priority list. So this list are my recommendations. The plus zeros are just heroes not many people use or you don't need to invest in, as they're good enough for their own purposes in fights. And so just a reminder, to get plus 5 you use blue essence, plus 10 and plus 15 are yellow. Plus 10 is like, you know, a decent yellow amount, and plus 15 to get them to plus 15 is a huge amount of yellow temporal essences. Once you get there, plus 20 is and plus 25 are reds. So the current goal is to get your plus 15s this row. Okay, you need one. Well, as a free-to-play, you should be able to acquire 1, and then you should be slowly building towards 2 and then 3. And like I said, in my free-to-play, I went to Arden first because, like, again, arena oriented. But with Lily May coming out in my main account, I am almost at plus 15, and I'm going to go for the plus 15 for her. And then I will probably, like, my Odie and Marily are already plus 15, and then I think I would go for either Corrin or Vala. Corrin for the Dream Realm stuff, and then Vala for the arena. Okay, and probably to try to get my revenge on that earlier fiasco, if you saw it. So meanwhile, while you're working on those plus 15s, it's quite easy to acquire the blue essence, and you can just get these heroes that you have at plus 5. Now, keep in mind that just because it says you should get a Sorin or you should get a Citrana at plus 10 doesn't mean that you should get it right now, or you should even get these heroes, right? Okay? You have other priorities. you have other priorities, you have finite resources. So, like I said, I would focus on the plus 15 row, plus 5 row, and then plus, like, you know, the plus 10s who you think are important. The plus 10s you have to be, well, and plus 15, you have to be super selective because, again, yellows take a very long time to accumulate. Alright, so just to wrap up, I'll show you my main account with what I have invested in. Okay, so Scalita, 6-star. Odie is 5-star at plus 20. Marley just hit plus 15 recently. The others, I don't have any other plus 15s, but I have a lot of plus 10s. So I'm currently working on Lily May. She's almost there. Just, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. But the others, I got them to plus 10. So Smokey, I got Coco recently to plus 10, and I think I'm gonna go for Haywin plus 10 as well. But yeah, this is what it kind of looks like now. Yeah, I am kind of a whale. This is just a whale account. But you know, you've seen, I'm sure you guys have seen like many other like more beefy accounts. Alright, and that wraps up the video. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to see like specific content, just let me know, like comment. And the Discord link is down below too. And the big update on Discord, just gonna move to a new big Discord very soon. That's already been like the one that I use for my guild, but you just have a specific role, and we're gonna call it Uhasa's Buff. Alright, that's all. Thank you, and take care.